Hey guys, it's Rebecca. Sorry it's been so long. I know I say that every time, and I'm trying to do weekly videos, and I just get so stinking busy. I actually got some really bad cold. I was going to do it Sunday afternoon for last week, and I came home from church, and I felt like I got hit by a truck. I was so sick, physically just exhausted. I got some sinus issue, and it knocked me out for like 3 or 4 days. I'm just now getting my voice back so I can at least talk. Um, but it was in my head and in my chest, and I was actually even throwing up, and I burst with blood vessels. I had the whole side of my face and my forehead was all red and blotchy. It was horrible, horrible. So that's my excuse this week for not doing it every week like I was promising. But that aside, things are going really well. I have my OB appointment today for February, and I'll get a new date for my ultrasound, which is going to either be the last week of this month or the first week of March. Um, then we get to do all. I'll be almost 20 weeks by that time, by the first week of March. So I will technically be 17 weeks Sunday, but I'm going to wait and do another video when I have more information from the doctor then. But the last 2 weeks have been going pretty good. Most of my symptoms are, kind of the early ones have kind of passed a bit. I'm feeling a lot more energetic for the most part other than the cold I had. Baby's definitely poking out, and I think I might have felt the baby the last couple days. I feel some movements, but I'm not quite sure if, because it's so early and it's my first. I'm not quite sure, but felt kind of like the first two were kind of like bubbles underneath, and it could be gas for all I know, but it was a little different. But yesterday, it was almost like someone was brushing, underneath my skin, like I don't know how, like once, came over, and it was just, I don't know, that definitely, I'm pretty sure, was the baby. And then this morning, I had rolled over onto my back, and I had a pillow under my back, so it was kind of arched a little bit, and I had my hand on my stomach, and there was kind of a lump, right, not really a lump, but just a hard spot. And I'm wondering if that was not baby as well. So, stomach is actually showing more than I thought it would be at this point. I'm kind of excited because now I look pregnant and not just getting fat. I noticed that my mood swings are a little more. I've been kind of cranky, especially when I don't get enough sleep. With things being so busy, and our life is a huge transition right now with us getting custody of my husband's youngest, who's 13. In January I was thrown into being a mom full time for a 13-year-old, which is, when you go into it with a baby, it's all new. But in that case, you figure it out and you just do it because that baby solely relies on you, and it pretty much does, what you have it do. And 13-year-olds are a little different. They are, obviously, they are pretty independent at that time, and they have a mind of their own, and granted, mine's amazing, but we still have our little struggles, and so it's a matter of just finding the right niche. And we moved in the last few weeks, and new schools and new environments and new locations, so there's lots of new changes. So I think I'm trying to control my mood swings. And my husband is wonderful. He's very understanding and supportive, and he is just totally excited about this new baby. And but we've been doing a lot of research. I really want to do this birth as natural as possible. And before I got pregnant, I thought, oh no, I'm so horrible with pain, knock me out, give me the baby afterwards. I just But the more I research and the more I've been reading, and our bodies were created to give birth, and there was just so much that I found out. I'm reading tons of different books. I've got like 5 or 6 over here I got from the library. There's a movie out, not a movie, but it's kind of a documentary. Ricky Lake did it last year. And it's called The Business of Being Born. And somehow I came across it online, but I didn't want to spend $35 on a movie or a show that I'd watched once, maybe twice. So I checked out our local library, and they actually had it. So I had to wait for it to come in because somebody else had it not checked out. So I put it on reserve, and I got it, and we watched it Wednesday night. And it was really amazing. She gave different aspects, from home births to natural births to hospital births, the history of how, hospital births became, because obviously before doctors took over, births were taken care of by the women in the family who had had them for years before, and midwives would come in, and so it was just a very fascinating, interesting look at history and women's health. And so I'm definitely going to try to do the natural route. We're having the baby at a birthing center, which is going to allow me to do a little more. Yet it's going to have the capabilities of a doctor there, that if something were to happen, there's a doctor, nurse, all right there that will assist me. But if there's no complications, I want to try to do it as on my own as possible. I'm not going to say it's not going to be hard, not going to be painful, but I'd like to experience it. Just from the research I've been doing, there's a lot of things that, there's a lot more positives that are coming out than doing it with the drugs, for not only for me, but for baby in the long run. And historically, it's also shown that, the drugs, even the drugs I gave you now, are starting to come up and showing, health risks for baby later on. So, and I'm not saying all this to scare anybody, just because you do your own research. What you want to do is, but this is something that my husband and I are really feeling strongly about. I don't think I am brave enough to do something as radical as home birth, but I'm glad there's a birthing center here that has both, so I can do it on my own. We are considering getting a doula to help, which is nice, so that she can come in and kind of walk us through, breathing and relaxation, and keeping, my husband calm, because he has a tendency to get a little uptight when he gets nervous or scared about something. So, and then she'll be able to go with me to the hospital, so that I have somebody who knows what's going on, 24/7 until it's done, and then just in the natural aspect. Obviously, she's not a doctor; she can't do that sort of thing. My regular doctor will be there, but I don't know. My family's all out of state, and it's nice to have that support, I think. And sometimes men just don't get it, Sometimes you need a woman, and I have a few friends, but, I don't know how to explain it. But so that's where we're kind of headed right now. Let me show you the belly before my time runs out, and I will definitely do another video on Sunday, and I'll fill you in what the doctor says today. So give me 1 second here. Turn the camera a bit. Excuse my mess, we're still unpacking. Let's see here. So here's the belly. So, let's see here. Kind of right here. This is actually extra skin from my surgery, so I have a lot of extra skin that just kind of hangs there, which is sad. But baby is definitely poking out here. It's definitely a pooch here, and this here is all starting to poof out. Because last week this was all flat. Last couple of weeks it's gradually poofing out more, and baby's all right here. And I'm not really going to do the naked belly right now, just because I'm not, like I said, with my extra skin from my surgery, I don't want to do that quite yet. Maybe later when it's big and not, just saggy from my skin. But anyway, so that's what I have going on right now, and I'll definitely do another video soon. Thanks so much for watching, and anybody has any questions about what I'm reading, or I may do another video just about some of the books I have, in case somebody wants to look into it. So, guys, have a great day, and I hope all your pregnancies are going well. Bye.